Welcome back to GreyWolf TV, guys. We are with the X-Files onto season 4 now, episode 4. The last episode with the African guy who had no pigmentation in him at all, from an old tribe of his that needed to pretty much suck the pigmentation from other victims to be able to survive, and done through the process of him using that, whatever the hell that was. It was never really explained fully, because he didn't have a pituitary gland. It was very unusual episode, but I enjoyed it thoroughly. But we're going to move straight on now. This is episode 4.
I'll be back in 10.
Make it 5. I'll be around back.
What the hell is this? Some sort of Bonnie and Clyde setup? What the hell? Passport photo?
Trip you got planned?
On the run, maybe?
I left my money in the car. I'll be back.
I'll be here.
Ow! Hey, you jerk!
I was the guy in the shop. I've no idea.
Someone did something to me, Billy.
I think Billy might be dead. Because he looks like he's been attacked. He barely touched her. Has he come back to finish the job, or has he come back to kidnap you? Oh, Final Destination time.
Your thoughts on that, Scully?
Showing her imminent death.
Have the local police been contacted by this woman's abductor? No demand for ransom?
No.
And how could that photograph have even been done in there?
I assume that was taken by whoever it was who abducted her.
It was taken by a 65-year-old druggist moments before she was abducted.
Well, whoever it was who
Makes
took this
sense.
photo was obviously privy to the woman's abduction.
Nope.
That is what you would think.
Yeah.
The copy shop over the mall does them cheaper.
I know where she's going.
I sure hope you find that young woman safe and sound.
I know where Scully's going with this explanation, with the heat on the film, out of date, bad exposure.
So you think that would make it look like she posed screaming for a passport photo?
Not that
Plus,
bit.
the film is 2 years out of date.
Oh.
The
Still doesn't
photographic
explain
chemistry could have
her
changed.
face.
The dyes fade. They.
I told you.
What's your theory?
I'm not sure I have a theory.
The United States Postal Inspector. My office is investigating a mail theft, one which we've traced to your missing person, Miss Mary Louise LaFont. And her recently deceased boyfriend was signing them. We ran
Makes sense
into
now.
forgery, check fraud, you name it.
Mary LaFont's passport photo. Do you know how soon she wanted to leave town?
Did she know about your?
Okay, so I was right. They were looking to skip town because they were doing credit card fraud, which is why when that cop car passed, he was all like acting natural. But when she went in there to have the photograph taken, what happened? What changed her mind? She reckoned she didn't have any money on her to pay for it, or a bag. Had she changed her mind because it was an old guy and she didn't want to rip him off, or what? I don't get what made her leave the store, regardless of before that guy in the yellow jacket came along. I don't understand. We'll have to wait for more info.
Your investigation?
Well, probably, though we didn't focus on her specifically until this week after she came up missing.
And you think that she faked her own disappearance?
Well, looks that way to me.
In the 60s, a bellhop named Ted Sirius became kind of famous for taking what he called photographs. He claimed that by concentrating on an unexposed film negative, he could create a photographic representation of what he saw in his mind. Look at that.
Oh my God.
What the Okay, explain that.
Maybe as some kind of a smoke screen.
Meant to conceal what? This isn't about mail fraud, Scully. That's just incidental.
But Mulder's relating it to someone with psychic abilities that can manipulate the film. What the hell is this now? And she's not here.
Completely non-responsive. We did a preliminary tox screen on her. Found traces of morphine and scopolamine.
What's she murmuring?
Just got the call. There's been a second abduction.
He's moved on to the next one.
Unruhe. Du wirst deine Unruhe bald vergessen.
Last German.
Deine Unruhe.
And there would be the implement to make said procedure.
If we're lucky, we're dealing with someone who gets a vicarious thrill from returning to the scene of a crime.
Maybe in the photograph.
There, Scully.
Is that what we're looking for here, Mulder? More evidence of psychic photography?
This is crazy. Psychic
Got a Bureau
photography.
forensics team coming up from Detroit.
What's here for them to find?
Right here. This.
Oh, it's the construction site.
And look, it's the same company.
Maybe it was
What if the
phone.
kidnapper was working construction at both sites? From the
Just need to mark a place where the blur comes to a point.
Yeah, can you deconstruct this picture somehow?
I redid this. However he put this together, it's seamless.
I was going to say there's no seams.
How about this face here? Can you bring...
It's not much.
I don't want any trouble with the IRS.
But that his foreman might hire a little cash-only day labor without his knowledge.
Like
He's got 7
somebody
job
who's
sites
German?
going now, as many foremen.
Can you take that and flip it so that that's on the bottom?
Yeah. It is. Somebody's shadow.
Well spotted.
It's like he's looming over her. It's like he's standing over her. He means to pass judgment on her like a god.
Like that looks like a death shroud. I would say he's an organized killer. Pathological, perhaps.
Hello?
Possibly unaware. That's what the photograph is. Why it's so elongated?
Hi.
Right, I'm going to stop it there. That's what the photograph is. The minute it's just shown me that scene, I'm on the case. The elongated, when it shows it in an arc, and Mulder's just had him turn the photograph upside down, the shadow, it looks like it's someone with elongated, really short, really long, legs. What if it's that? What if it's the shadow of someone who is on stilts? Yeah? That's where I'm going for now.
I hope so. Are you the foreman?
Yes, ma'am. Jerry.
Oh, I know that actor as well.
Special Agent Dana Scully.
He has weird eyes.
I'd like to ask you some questions about the day laborers that you hire.
Scully, I may have something for you on the kidnapper.
It's somebody on stilts.
Something about his legs.
Yeah?
They're unusually long. They're out of proportion. Scully?
Oh, shit. Get out of there. He's gonna go.
Stay
Shit.
where you are.
Knew it. I was right. How would you run on stilts? Oh, right, they're all. I want to stop. I mean, the fact you ran. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Don't tell me that's what he stabbed the girl with. So, in the first case with the girl, when she grabbed her shoulder when he pushed past her, I thought that was that he'd paralyzed her with something. I don't think he had. I think he just used the implement that you lobotomize people with. I've no idea what the implement's called, but maybe you just hit a nerve in her shoulder and that's what made her drop to the ground. Maybe. I don't know.
The second woman that you abducted. That's her name.
He's going to
Jerry.
deny it.
Where is Alice Brandt?
I have no earthly idea what you're talking
Then
about.
why are you carrying that thing?
Tell us where she is, Jerry.
We're running sheetrock today. I use that to start the holes in the sheetrock to keyhole in all the fixtures. Look at this. I do not believe this is happening.
You want to tell us about the first time you were arrested, Jerry?
In 1980,
That just changed
you
his
attacked
face.
your father with an axe handle.
Yeah, Gerald Thomas Schnauz, diagnosed and treated for a paranoid schizophrenic disorder, 6 years in Melvoin Psychiatric Hospital, released 1986.
Where the hell are you going with this? What are you, Sigmund Freud? Why don't you cut the BS?
Then why don't we get back to Alice Brandt? Where is she?
Did you get that?
Everything indicates it's him, right?
It's like a fingerprint.
I don't know what to think.
She's safe from the Howlers.
Okay, I've got another theory here, because his face doesn't kind of match the one that Mulder's extracted from these photographs. What if he's the one with the psychic ability and we determined he was looking like he was the killer because he's the one on the stilts, and that fits the match of the shadow. What if his psychic ability is him in that photograph watching over the victim? Because he's saying that he knows she's safe. Does he know? Can he feel? Does he have a psychic connection to the victims as to what they're going through and whether they're safe, whether they're not safe, if they're still alive, if they're not? And that is what's brought up in the exposure of the picture, and the killer is out of view? Possibly. Yeah, it's just a theory. Usually believes I'm totally wrong.
It's just that word unruhe, unrest, that's bothering me. Maybe he thought he was curing them somehow, saving them from damnation.
To know what he's doing.
Step on the table.
That's you.
What the hell?
You're gonna get your head blown off. Well, shit.
It's Jerry.
He took the passport camera and all the film in the store.
He also took morphine, scopolamine, hydrobromide, and insulin syringes.
Jesus.
He's making more twilight sleep. What if he's already picked out his next victim? There were apartment buildings on all sides.
You think you interrupted his stalking?
Send units to the 300 block of Belmont Avenue. Check all of the apartments in the vicinity of that job site. I think he's heading back there.
Another target of him thinking he needs to save you. Oh, no. No, no, no. Oh! That explains why he stabbed the girl within the first one now, so it was this stuff. Mobilizes them. Puts them to sleep. That's what he did. Need to figure this out quick, because he's got a... There you go. That's like a hand over a head. Someone who's a killer who thinks he's helping. Would he take her to, like, one of the construction sites?
Agent Scully's Explorer just turned up. It's abandoned at a park and ride about 20 miles up the US 81.
What about his apartment?
Got a unit at his boarding house, but he ain't coming back.
What about friends, relatives, co-workers? Does he have a summer house, a winter house?
Definitely a possibility. Plus if it's dilapidated like this.
Up there.
That's what they used to put you to sleep with. Not that they do that anymore because they're not allowed to.
It's over, Jerry. Let me go right now.
Ich werde dir helfen.
Brauche nicht gerettet zu werden.
Yes, you do. Everybody does.
No.
But especially you.
They don't.
Why? Why did your sister kill herself, Jerry?
Don't understand his thought
What did
process.
your father do to her?
He didn't do anything. It was the Howlers. They live inside your head. They make you do things and say things that you don't mean. All your good thoughts can't wish them away. You need help. See?
He's broken.
They made you say that just now because they know I'm going to kill them. I am on to you! I know your tricks! Besides, I've seen them.
Your father makes 6. Come on.
Let's go!
What? I so did not get what connection you had there. He's in a damn camper van? That I didn't expect. It looked bigger than that.
Scully!
There you go. Come on, come on, come on! Smash the fucker. Yes. Why does it look bigger in there than it does on the outside? It's not TARDIS. It wasn't. That proper threw me off. That was close.
After his death, a diary was found among Gerald Schnauz's belongings. It includes the names of his victims, the women he desired to save. I have no further explanation for the existence of the photographs.
Nope.
Nor am I confident one is forthcoming. For truly to pursue monsters, we must understand them. Only in doing so do we risk letting them venture into ours?
I think you do. That was good. That was a really good story. Okay, episode 4 of the X-Files. I was just going to add, but Scully's just preempted me at the end there, that the only way sometimes to appeal to a killer is to get inside their head. And, you know, as these cases go on, and we've had occasions when Mulder's been attacked and abducted and been threatened, almost killed, same with Scully. You know, just like that one, for example, there. How many times are they going to have to go through the fact that they come close to death and the things that they have to go through and the experience because of other people before you go insane, before you lose touch with whatever makes you a normal member of society? Like she said, if you have to pursue a monster, at what point do those thoughts and sometimes yearnings and feelings and all of the things that turn them into one, do you let them in? I thought I had that episode worked out, and I had to change my mind about 3 times, but my original initial thought, the minute I saw him on the stilts, was the correct one in the end, but it kept throwing me here and there until he revealed it completely. But there's going to be no explanation as to what these photographs are or how that's even possible. And this guy's just paranoid schizophrenia, possible split personality syndrome in there as well, when she said she read the diary of him and it's written in the second person. Just coming to terms with what happened around his sister and his father and all the years he spent in a mental institute. So, but that was a really good episode. It wasn't really too far-fetched. It was a killer, but we had just that little element with the psychic nature of him. I mean, what even was that? We can't explain it. That was able to manipulate, in particular, photographs that have exposure, so not digital, but analog film, normal film. That's what made it an X-File. But that was great. Really enjoyed that. And I didn't piece together the fact that they were in a camper van. Like I said, it did kind of... Sometimes you get this in episodes where you're like, wow, that room you're in that's supposed to be in a camper van looks incredibly larger than what it appears to be. Just like a TARDIS. Right, we'll be back with episode 5 in a few days' time. Don't forget, as always, if you do want to watch this in full length, just check the link in the description and you can head over to Patreon and go and watch it in full length over there. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, guys, I would appreciate it if you jump over and hit that thumbs up button and hit the sub, and I will see you for episode 5 in 3 or 4 days or so. We do 2 episodes a week, which I'm sure you know by now, and I will see you for the next one very soon. Take care.